Hey Polish fans, it's Caroline again and welcome to another video here at Wild Moon Lacquer. In today's video we are doing part 3 of my summer nail polish rack. It is a collaboration, so make sure to check the list down below for all of the other videos and participants. You'll find a lot more really fun summer colors for your summer nail polish ideas. Last video we left off here with our turquoises, and we are going to continue with our mermaidy blue greens and aquas with this one from Sephora by OPI. This one is called Mermaid to Order. This is definitely a beautiful mermaidy shade, and I have yet to wear it. I've probably owned this for a good 10 plus years. Most likely I did not get it from Sephora. I most likely would have gotten this at Big Lots. The Big Lots in Reno and I think in Santa Maria, the two previous places that I've lived, used to get really good stuff for their nail polishes. So Sephora by OPI was a brand that I used to find. I used to find Revlon's. That's where I got some of the little perfumery bottles from the scented collection that Revlon had released a few years ago by now. Lots of different brands would show up there. I haven't seen this in years at a Big Lots, but that's probably where I got this one, and I've digressed, but it is a beautiful summer color, so I thought I'd give it a try. The last time I tried an untried Sephora by OPI, I was very impressed. It's a really beautiful summery color. I will say I was a little bit surprised at how mainly green it was when I swatched it. But if it's anything like the other polish I've tried from them, it's probably going to be quite the shifter in different lighting. And as you can see, even as I'm tilting it around on the nail, you can see different shades of turquoise and teal and green popping up. So it is a beautiful shade. We'll just have to see how it looks out in the real world, but that is Sephora by OPI's Mermaid to Order. The next one that we're going to look at is from Swamp Gloss. This is Midtown High. This came out in the Spider-Verse collection, one of the few collections from polish brands that I've bought the entire collection of. Every polish in it was amazing, but this one was a perfect one for summer. This is another really bright sort of turquoisey blue. I think most of that turquoise color is coming from a micro glitter in here. Then you've got the blue in the base. You've also got iridescent flakies that pop in a pink. It's a really beautiful combination. I mean, look at those flakies. And I'm loving the green micro glitters in this one. I think they go really, really well with the base. You can see that shimmer in there as well. Again, lots going on in this one. This is it in 2 coats. This is one of the more sheer polishes, so longer nails would probably need a 3rd coat. But it's just beautiful. All of that sparkle and shimmer. Really, really fun on the nail, and I again just love the micro glitter in this one. It's becoming one of my favorite components to see mixed in a polish like this. Garden Path Lacquer does a lot of them, and I think you've seen at least one in part 2, I think, or maybe it was part 1. In any case, it's one of my favorite components. So this one is Swamp Gloss Midtown High. Next up is more on the blue side. This is EDK's The Imposter from Polish Pickup. This one is, I think, other micro glitter. Yeah, there's blue micro glitter and then iridescent flakies in here. So another really fun combination. This one is in a clear base, so you could use this as a topper. I think that's how I would like to play around with it, is over some colors. Haven't quite decided which color I'd like to try it over, but this is it in 2 coats. As you can see, it does still maintain a pretty sheer opacity. I'm not too sure if you could get this opaque on its own. On shorter nails, you might be able to get it at least kind of close. Or if you did want it to reach full opacity, I would suggest a blurring base coat underneath, or you could match it with a dark blue or another color like I'm probably going to try. So that one is just another really bright and fun color. I love the combination of the flakies and those micro glitters. And look at the pinks and purples that they shift to. Very, very pretty. So that was EDK's The Imposter. Next up is one from MLK Lacquer. This is Ocean's Rainforest. This one came out in Polish Pickup for 2020, and this one actually turned out a little bit darker on the nails than I was expecting, but it is another really gorgeous combination. You've got iridescent flakies and you've got hollow, all in a beautiful jungly blue-green base. I think there's a couple of different kinds of flakies in here, and that hollow is really gorgeous. Like I said, on the nail it is a little dustier than I was expecting it to be, but it is still a beautiful shade. I don't think it's quite dusty or dark enough for it to be considered a fall shade, so I thought I'd try it on my summer rack. And on the swatch you can actually see some of that shimmer pop, which I don't think I even mentioned in the bottle. You can see a little bit of that blue glow, that twinkle of the flakies, and then that holographic as well. So it's a really gorgeous combination. That was MLF Lacquer's Ocean's Rainforest. Next up is another Emily Tamale. We've been looking at a lot of these on my summer rack. This one is called Say the Word. This is another beautiful, beautiful, almost metallic finished shimmer polish. It is so glowy that in some lighting it does come off with somewhat of a metallic sheen to it. Look at that glow. So you've got a gorgeous blue base. I see shifts obviously from the green, but also into purple on the edges. This one is just so summery to me. Look at that glow on the nail. This is it in 2 coats. Again, such a beautiful glow on the nail. This one reminds me of tropical waters, maybe slightly darker tropical waters, but it still has that bright pop of green, which definitely reminds me of the tropics. And look at that mid-tone blue that it shifts to as well. Beautiful, beautiful polish. So that was Emily Tamale's Say the Word. Next up, we've got 3 more Emily Tamales in a row. This next Emily Tamale is Turning Tides. This is another really gorgeous turquoise color. This time you've got silver metallic glitters in there with the shimmer particles. And look at that shift. You see green, gold, pink, maybe that's red. But just such a gorgeous combination, and I love it with the silver glitters. This is it in 2 coats. Look at that glow. And those silver glitters are super unique on the nail. I don't think I have anything that's quite like this exact combination. And I really like how it turned out. Again, very oceany and tropical looking. I like all the different shades that are popping up in that beautiful shimmer. And the metallic glitters add a nice addition of twinkle to the nail. So that was another Emily Tamale, Turning Tides. And another Emily Tamale, this time in a different finish. This one is Dreamscapes and Visions. This is one of her micro holographic glitters. And holy moly, this one is very cool and unique. You've got all of the holographic glitter in here, plus you've got a shimmer, all in a very beautiful green base. That shimmer I see very strongly in blue, but I do see shifts to, I think, gold, or maybe that's the hollow. But in any case, I mean, look at that. You got the green base, the pop of blue that almost is a bit blurply, and then the hollow twinkle. Such a beautiful combination. This is it in 2 coats. Just look at that. So sparkly. This is another one that I think I need to get on my nails sooner rather than later. It's gorgeous. Very, very hollow. I love the size of the glitters in this one as well. And again, just another beautiful combination from Emily Tamale. That is Dreamscapes and Visions. And the next Emily Tamale is this one here called Speculation. This is definitely more on the micro metallic side of things. It is absolutely chock full of these micro flakies that come across very metallic on the nail. You see that sheen? It's gorgeous. This is definitely greener than I think it's coming across on camera. In person, it is more of a like jungly jade green, and it is so intensely glowy. Very, very gorgeous. This is it in 2 coats. This is one of the more opaque polishes. I think most people would be fine with just 2 coats. This one is beautiful, very glowy, and like I said, in certain lights, all of that flaky comes together to create sort of a metallic look. Very, very pretty. I actually have another of their polishes in this formulation in a very vibrant blue, and I almost had it on my summer rack, but I wore that 2 years ago. But I'm trying to give attention to my untrieds, so I decided to add this one, and it's really gorgeous. So that one is Speculation. Next up, we're getting into our lighter tones, more of our bright Robin's Egg Blue or Tiffany Box Blue. This one is from Bluebird Lacquer, and it is You Are the Only Exception. This is a really gorgeous, well, Tiffany Box Blue loaded with those iridescent glitters that I really like in a couple of different sizes. I love the warmth of those glitters against this tone of polish. This is it in 2 coats. I will say it's not as intensely vibrant as I was initially hoping it would be for a summer polish. However, it is still really gorgeous. I do love this kind of color. I was just hoping that it would be a little bit more on the neon side of things. It's not quite as vibrant as it's coming across on camera. It is slightly softer than that. But again, I love the glitters in this one, and I do think it would make a beautiful polish for summer. Maybe give myself a break from some of the intensely vibrant colors that I've been picking. But that one was from Bluebird Lacquer, and that is You Are the Only Exception. Next up is another Tiffany Box sort of a blue shade. This is from Black Dahlia Lacquer. This one is called Zora, and it came out in Polished Gamer's box for August of 2021. Look at the holo in this one. And this has a beautiful turquoisey aqua base. It's loaded with holo and then shimmer as well. You can see that shimmer pop up in a larger particle as well. I think you're seeing that as sort of a blue speckle. And then you've got the pink shimmer and the holographic. So it's a really beautiful mix. This is it in 2 coats. Again, I was thinking this would be a bit more intensely vibrant on the nail, but I do still really like the tone and color of this. Again, that holo on it is really beautiful. Not quite a really strong flare, but you can see the flare in certain lighting. And I love the glow from that shimmer. So that one was Black Dahlia Lacquer's Zora. Next up, we're diving into a brighter shade of that turquoisey aqua color. This one is from Bee's Knees Lacquer, called Arian. This one came out in the Lord Olympus collection, and this is a really beautiful shimmer polish. This one is a little bit more on the green side of things and a bit more vibrant. I think on camera they're coming across a bit more similar than I feel they are in person. There is more white, I think, in the previous 2. This one is more of a jelly tinted base loaded with that shifting shimmer. I think you can see somewhat of that blurple shade popping up at the edges. I'm seeing it pretty intensely across the face of the bottle. I'm also seeing shifts of green, purple, and gold. This is it in 2 coats. This is one of the more squishy formulas, so I think longer nails would need 3 coats to become fully opaque, but this one is beautiful. I love the shift on this, and the size of the particles in this one is also really beautiful. I love the green that you're seeing on the nail. Very, very gorgeous. And again, if you wanted this to be fully opaque without using too many coats, I would suggest wearing this over either a blurring base coat or a matching undie. So picking a polish that matches the base of this one would also help get you to fully opaque. But that one was Bee's Knees Lacquer Arian. Next up is one from Swamp Gloss. This one is called the A-Team Meets Scarface. This came out in Hella Handmade Creations for August 2021. This is another gorgeous polish from Swamp Gloss. I think this one is coming across much bluer on camera than it is in person. This is definitely a bright sort of turquoise green. And I love the mix of glitters, flakies, and shimmer in this one. You've got those matte white glitters, the iridescent flakies that shift from pink to green to gold, and I think the shimmer shifts in those same colors as well. Again, another really fun summery combination. This is it in 2 coats. This one does have a slightly jelly formula as well, so if you wanted it to be fully opaque, longer nails would probably need a third coat, or again, you could wear this over a blurring base coat or a matching undie. But just look how gorgeous that is. I love the warm pop that you're getting from that shimmer, and the glitters layered over each other are really beautiful. So that one was Swamp Gloss. The A-Team meets Scarface. Next up, we've got one from Garden Path Lacquers. This is Good Morning Lollipop 2.0. This one came out in the Polish Pickup 5-year anniversary back in April. So this was originally released when Garden Path Lacquer was Lollipop Posse Lacquer, and I didn't have that one, so I wanted to make sure to grab that when they had their little anniversary release. And look at the flakies on this one. This has a really beautiful bright mix of flakies. I think there's at least a couple of different kinds. I'm seeing green and gold and pink. And this tone of this blue is more of that bright shade that I was hoping for the summer. It's a little bit brighter than the first three that we looked at. This is it in 2 coats. It's also a bit more on the opaque side of things, so I think most nail lengths would be fine with just 2 coats. Love the pink glow to this one. You also see the green and the red pop up and the gold. Again, tonally, this is a little bit more what I was hoping for the summer. A nice bright turquoise, so I'm really excited to wear that one. I think this one is going to end up on my short list of polishes that I want to wear sooner rather than later from my summer rack. But this one is called Good Morning Lollipop 2.0 from Garden Path Lacquer. The next polish is a new to me brand. This is from Ember Nail Lacquer called Icy Frappe. This one came out in the Polished Gamers box for April of 2022. And look at the fun mix of this one. This has more of those fun micro glitters that I have been enjoying lately. You've got pink and holographic and I want to say green or aqua, all in a beautiful turquoisey green base. And then you also have a blue shift to this. So it's another really beautiful and fun combination, very unique to my collection. This is it in 2 coats. This one is very glitter heavy, so I would suggest either 2 thick coats of top coat or using a glitter smoother and then a glossy top coat on top. But it's a really fun color. As you can see, it's got that green tint to it. And then you can also see the blue from the shimmer and all of those really fun glitters. So that one was Ember Nail Lacquer, Icy Frappe. Now we're getting into our true greens. This one is from Rogue Lacquer. Jaw ready for this. This one is another from the Summer Advent Calendar for 2022. It was a limited edition, but if you're watching this sometime around the 20th, I'm not sure quite when this is going to post, but if you're watching this around the 20th, I think that's when her store reopens, and she was saying that she might have a few that will be available. So keep your eyes peeled for that if you've been liking the polishes that you're seeing. But this is a really beautiful shade of green. Again, I feel my camera wants to pull this more towards the blue side of things, but it is a really beautiful shade of like grass green. You've also got this really neat like white micro glitter in here, or white micro flaky, and a shimmer that I can't quite pinpoint the color, but almost a silver. There's also a shimmer going on. You see that pink to like purple. I also see gold in person. This is it in 2 coats. I think this is a beautiful shade of green for the summertime. Very unique to my collection too. I don't have anything else quite like this. And I still think it's pulling a bit more blue on camera than it is in person, but it is definitely a green. So that one is Rogue Lacquers. Jaw ready for this. Next up, we've got a flaky bomb from nailedit. This one is called Move It Football Head. This one came out in the Sparkle and Shine box for 90s nostalgia, and well, it's a flaky bomb. This is a really beautiful shade of green again. Just to compare it to Rogue, I think the Rogue has more white in the base. This one is a little bit more on the squishy side of things, and they are a different tone of green. Hopefully you can see that on camera. The Rogue is a little bit brighter, whereas the one from nailedit is a little bit almost dusty or maybe muted. The flakies in this one shift from gold to green to red. Look at the green, and very vibrant yellow as well. This is it in 2 coats. I think you can see that comparison next to the Rogue now. Definitely more white and more opaque on the Rogue, and tonally this one is definitely not as intensely vibrant, but I still think it's a really beautiful shade for the summertime. I love the flakies on this one, and I think if I wanted to amp up the vibrancy on this one, I might try playing around with this over a brighter color, say the Orly Plastic Jungle, to really amp up the vibrancy of that one. So we'll have to see if I end up layering those two, but I think it's a gorgeous polish. So that is nailedit's Move It Football Head. Next up, we've got a green thermal from Lynn B Designs. This one is called Flaming Zombie, and I actually don't know what color this turns to when it is warm. I think it might be like dark green to light green, but I could be mistaken. But what I thought was really fun for the summertime was the tone of this green. It is more of that electric, almost neon green. Again, I feel like on camera, it's kind of washing it down to just sort of a soft jungle green. It's definitely more vibrant than that, even with maybe a pinch of yellow to it, just the hintest pinch. Then you've got the flakies in here. I see mainly gold to pink in here. And again, such a vibrant, fun shade of green for the summer. This is it in 2 coats. It definitely has a squishy formula. I think a lot of nail lengths might need a 3rd coat for full opacity. As you can see, you can still see my nail underneath the swatch. But I really like the brightness of this one, and the tone of this green is really great for the summer. I think you can see the intensity around the edges of the nail swatch there as it's over my own finger. That's how bright it is. It's pretty bright. So that one is Lynn B Designs Flaming Zombie. And then speaking of bright, we've got Orly's Plastic Jungle. This one is a very bright green. Again, my camera is wanting to show this a lot more blue than it is. It's definitely a very vibrant, true green. Let's see, let's compare it to Swamp Gloss so you can see them side by side. Hopefully that'll pull a little bit more green back into that color. This is a cream formula and it is opaque in 2 coats. Love this one. I think it's very, very fun. Again, more vibrant in person than it's coming across on camera, and a little less blue. That one is Orly's Plastic Jungle. And then the next one is one that I was really excited to find in a mystery box. This is from 90 Lacquer, and this is Kiwi Crush. I'm actually hoping to get more of these polishes because I think they're super fun. This is one of the formulations that was super popular. I forget which color from the collection was like the big one to find, but it was a collection of these beautiful curly formulas with black shards, and this one is really fun. This is it in 2 coats. And it's a lovely shade of green, not as vibrant as the one from Orly, but it is still beautifully bright for summer. It's maybe a softer shade, more like a, what is it reminding me of? Like mint chocolate chip, maybe. Like the vibrant colors of mint chocolate chip. And then you have those really fun black shards in there. Definitely want to try to get my hands on more of these. I think they're really fun for summer. So that is 90 Lacquer's Kiwi Crush. And then the last polish that we're going to look at in our teals, turquoises, and greens is from Never Enough. This one is called Monster Blood, and despite the fact that I'm guessing this came out in a Halloween collection, I thought it would be a really neat polish to take out for the summer because it is a nice vibrant green. It also has a really neat shimmer finish to it. This is it in 2 coats. As you can see, it's a lot more of a vibrant, punchy, like lime green by comparison to the other greens that we've been looking at so far. And the finish is completely different than them all as well. So another one that I think should be really fun to try this summer. That was Never Enough's Monster Blood. And that's it for video number 3. Hopefully you enjoyed looking at some teals and greens in the video. Let me know down below which ones were your favorite. And again, make sure to check out the list down below for all of the other participants and videos for the My Summer Nail Polish Rack collaboration. There are a lot of really great people on YouTube that are in the collab. And that wraps up video number 3. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure to hit the little subscribe button down below. That way you don't miss out on any of my new videos. And keep an eye out for part 4. We are going to finish up with our bright lime yellowy greens into our oranges and reds. So stay tuned for part 4 and I'll see you in that next video.